Irish Food Music Optimistic here. Today I'm going to be doing a review of this new 21 Pilots album, Breach. This is the latest full-length record as of recording for 21 Pilots, and apparently their last under the Blurry Phase Dima thing arc, and honestly, it's basically everything that I've ever wanted from a 21 Pilots album. I feel like that might be giving away the game of this review a bit too early, but I mean, it's a fucking fantastic record with constantly sticky choruses, great rapping from Tyler, and the way that it just explores a bunch of different themes that are tied to the Dima storyline, as well as tying in about mental health and fucking whatever. It's just so fucking fun and exhilarating and good. Now, I will say right off the bat that I don't really care too much about the storyline for a handful of reasons. First one of which, I usually have a hesitancy against lore or extended bits of things that are drawn out between project to project to project, because I feel like it can come off a little fucking pretentious, or it can get way too lost in its own sauce and lose its own fucking attributes as a good piece of music, because most of the time they're just wanting to dump lore to expand things, i.e. most fan songs of any game ever made. So like anytime there's a piece of media or something that relies too heavily on external forces, such as lore in this case, I always go in a little bit hesitant, because I'm worried that those sort of factors will play a more pivotal role than the media itself being good. Because yes, you do have great fan songs like Abstraction, that extend on the lore, that explore different things, but also you have the fucking Gummy Goo and Pomni. I can't go on to this digital circus without you, Pomni. But my point of this rant here is that anytime that there is a piece of media that has a lot of lore, outside context attached to it, or that you need for like extra enjoyment or potentially enjoyment in the first place, I'm always a little bit hesitant that it will take priority in the creation of that piece of media and just overall make the original piece of media worse. In this case, being the 21 Pilots album. I mean, arguably that already happened with Scaled and Icy, a record that most people don't like, but I actually get a lot of enjoyment from, because that record is essentially the propaganda album, or them being in captivity and trying to make propaganda for Dima, pretty much just saying how great their life is, how great the place that they're in is, and why you shouldn't leave, and take your pill and don't ever forget. And while it's a record that I really like, apparently most people don't, and I can't see why, because it's jaunty ass, bright, sunny, fucking happy-go-lucky sound may not be for everyone, especially if you're coming in on records like Trench or Clancy, two of their more punchy, dark, immediate records. I mean, Clancy isn't like the darkest thing in the world or anything, but Trench definitely delves more into those themes of death, destruction, chaos, self-loathing, and war and battle, which is what Breach mostly coasts off of. Clancy ended off with the main character, Clancy, finally confronting Nico in climb the top of the tower. Show yourself as a louder, even though I'm past the point of no return. And while this record doesn't immediately like jump off of now I'm fighting Nico, it does have some very obvious themes of combat and running to navigate things and bleh. Look, I'm really bad at explaining the lore and whatever. If you're here and you care about the lore, you know it already, and you know it way better than I do, someone who genuinely does not give a fucking shit about the lore. And if you don't know the lore and you want more about it, I don't know, watch one of the billion videos out there about it. I literally am uneducated about this because I'm literally just here for the music, and let me tell you, the music on this album, mwah! Mamma mia! When I say this is pretty much everything I've ever wanted from a 21 Pilots album, it is pretty much everything that I've ever wanted from a 21 Pilots album. This thing at points just feels so grandiose and larger than life and just massive on a gigantic fucking earth-shattering scale that it's like, huh? These are the same guys that made My Name's Blurry Face and I Care What You Think. It's fucking insane. The growth is fucking insane, and just the chorus game, the vocal game. Okay, so pretty much every 21 Pilots album, in my opinion, since Trench has had their own vocal production style that is unique to each record. It's like a slight touch here and there. Like, Trench focused more on like singular raw vocal performances. Scaled and Icy was very pop-centric, very standard pop vocal production. Clancy felt a lot more 2000s, it's too late to apologize, that kind of vocal production. I don't remember what those fucking guys are called that made that song. One Republic. But in my opinion, the vocal production on Clancy very much resembled that, especially on tracks like Vignette, where the slight touches of reverb and whatever made the vocals feel slightly more round, but not to the point where it's like there's this giant tail of just dead air and whatever afterwards. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope I'm making sense right now. In this record, his vocals are more buttery smooth than on almost any other one, but also they're done in such a way that feels like a mix of like Linkin Park era, bro. There's one Linkin Park band. It feels like early 2000s alt metal a la Linkin Park, or dare I say, anime fight music. And the way that these fucking vocals hit the goddamn choruses again and again and again with some of the stickiest songwriting they have had to date. And also, City Walls. Great fucking intro. Great fucking chorus. However, we also get a transition around the midpoint, where the piano, where it's mainly just piano and like a drum and then him going on this motif again and again until we get to the end, the outro part where we get a second chorus. Raw Fear is also one of my favorite tracks, although it's one that I was like not skeptical of, but it felt a little bit lower in the track list. But no, it's fucking incredible. Raw Fear moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. The third track on here, Drum Show, was apparently a single. I don't really keep up with singles for albums for the most part because I don't want to get spoiled on them, and if I'm not feeling something as a single, I'll go into the album with like lower expectations, even though I might fucking love it. And let me tell you, if I went into this song as a single, I still would have loved it because even now, sure, the chorus is a little wordy on here, but the way that it progresses and builds and his screaming towards the end of the track, it makes it easily one of the most magnificent choruses, the tracks that they've made, especially as a single. It's just such a fucking non-stop fucking banger. And Josh's vocals, we got Josh vocals on the bridge of this, they're fine. It's like the most basic vocal line you could have given him, but I guess since he is the drummer and not like the main vocalist, you should give him something easy to work off of to start from. It's like, okay. At the end of the day, we did get fucking Tyler Joseph screaming his goddamn brains out in an incredible fucking way that just feels so so like, it's fine, it's good. Good song. Next up, I don't have internet at my place right now, so usually I would have the track list pulled up on my computer. Let me show you a little bit of fourth wall breaking here. Here's my computer. I just have Logic Pro open where I'm recording the vocals for this review, and then later when I edit in Final Cut, I will be dropping them in. I used to edit on Premiere. But I can't open the track list on here, so I'm literally just going off memory. And I think next is, it's not the contract. Contract is track 5. Is it Drum Work next? Not Drum Work. Downstairs? If it's Downstairs, let me tell you. Downstairs is one of the most obviously MCR-inspired songs that they've made in a very long time. And I recently learned that apparently this is a song revamped or started to be writing back in like the Vessel days. So learning that kind of makes sense because yeah, the chorus on here, just something about it feels very Black Parade. I fucking love the digital hellscape that this song brings. It's just the way that the flangers on the drums come through for the transitional part in the key change, which by the way, key change, and Tyler screaming during that section as well is just so and the way that the reverb on the voice is really tightened tight too. It's just engineering bliss, and I love it. But yeah, something about this chorus just feels exactly like I don't love you how I did yesterday. The Contract. The Contract is just so fucking good. It's just a fucking next level fucking 21. It's my favorite 21 Pilots song. I just keep coming to this one again and 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 again. Because while it's not the first time that they've worked with breakbeats, and especially not the first time on this album, because they use them kind of in spades, the way that he hits those fucking very high auto-tuned squeals on the chorus of "I don't say much, that's crazy, I know that." Look, I'm a little worried at this point. I've been recording this for 13 minutes, and I'm worried like most of it is just me singing the album. But honestly, what can I do? It's just a fun fucking record. The energy on this song is fucking non-stop. I mean, sure, there's like a couple passages just repeat and again and again and again and again. Like, I think there's like 2 main original verses that don't repeat, because like the I think I'm feeling the necromancers outside repeats like 2 separate times. I think it's like a pre-chorus. Don't ask me. What am I, a musician? Okay, I just remembered that Downstairs is track 6 and track 4 is Garbage, which fucking magnificent, jaunty, indie-esque piano, not indie-esque, very indie, fucking beautiful pianos, drums on here. It's a very fucking jaunty, gentle, jubilant song that is just absolutely... Look, I could sit here just yapping about this album for days, but it won't even prepare you for just how fucking good this thing is, because even on the back half, this record stays incredible. You have Cottonwood, which is a much slower moment in the track list, which honestly ends up being one of the most beautiful tracks in my opinion. And then you have fucking Days Like These, or My Days Like Dormant, cause I just can't afford it. Yeah, Days Like Dormant. I don't know why I can't remember if I don't sing it, but hey, autism. It's easily one of the most anthemic songs that they made, and easily one of the most catchy ones too, and it coming right after One Way, I think is what it's called. It is kind of a vibe shift, like Josh Dunn says in the voicemail, but like, it's a fucking incredible song. Easily one of the best things that they've put together, especially on this record. Well, not especially, even on this record, I'm sorry. Tally on the back end of the record, which pretty much acts as the closing battle for the entire saga, because the one after this, Intentions, is more of like a wrap-up of what did we learn? I'm starting everything again. Dima's free? More like, I'm the bishop. I lost my rank and title. I turned my back on it. The very jovial synths on this one make it feel almost fucking, what's the right word? Vaudeville? But like, if you could take that sound and make it not fucking corny, and make it not the soundtrack for a Charlie Chaplin silent film, it's one of the most badass cuts here, and one of the most interesting pieces of production they have put together, and it makes it a very fucking enthralling climax for this entire saga. Like I already said, Intentions pretty much acts as the actual wrap up for the for the project and for the whole saga as a whole. And production wise, I don't know if I would say I love it. I do think it's a great sentiment, especially on the lyrical end, but it could feel a little bit pretentious with it just being a couple touchy like reversed pianos and then like a reversed choir lady. But like, it is a pretty succinct way to end the record, and it is a pretty beautiful moment. But yeah, as far as major complaints for this record, I barely have any. I mean, One Way is kind of just the weakest track here. I mean, it's still a track that I do enjoy, but it's handily one of the ones that stand out the least. Like, you could have removed it from the track list, just went from Cottonwood to Days Like Dormant, but also like that would have been an even bigger vibe shift. So and then I do think the first verse of Robot Voices is weirdly so much quieter than everything else. Like, it's not to the point where you can't hear it, but it's to the point where like almost anytime I listen to this in my headphones or my car, I'm always worried that like maybe the sound system is finally giving out. But it's easily saved by the very, very bright, pretty production that feels very 2000s indie. And one of the more pretty sentiments of I wasn't looking for love this year, but my robot voices said shouldn't fear. I fucked up. Who cares? Great album. Great album from 21 Pilots. Like I said, pretty much everything I could ever want from them, even if it's something, even if to some people it may come off as a little derivative of acts like Linkin Park and name another 2000s indie act. Like, it's not derivative in the way that they have giant metal guitars that are chugging through, because it does feel like if Linkin Park, like, took a nap and, like, mellowed out their sound quite a bit, but because of the constant sticky hooks, the constant fucking witty, this thing is just constant hooks. This thing is just constant beats. This thing is just constant fun. And a great final leg for the 21 Pilots saga. Now, I don't know what their music is gonna look like going on from here, because I assume they're probably not gonna stop making stuff just yet, but I mean, they could. But I guess we will see where it goes from here. But like I said, as someone who doesn't really care or give a shit about the lore, if they were to just put out music at this caliber, not tied to any lore or anything, and just put out constant fucking bangers, I wouldn't be opposed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a 9 to a 9+. This shit is incredible! And if you're curious, on my 21 Pilots Discog rank that I did, where this would rank, this would be number 1. It's just slightly above trend. Like, my days lie dormant. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Bye.